Good morning. Breakfast first, then adventure. Come with me. Perfect start to the day. Let's go.
Jevin in Phase 1 woke up, looked around, and decided, nope, the world can wait. His hair was doing its own jazz concert, and his blanket had clearly won the Coziest Trap Award. He reached for his phone, missed it, and pretended it was part of his morning exercise routine. The cereal box was staring at him like, "Bro, you good?" He poured milk first by accident and felt like he'd broken an ancient breakfast law. When his friend texted, "Let's go outside," Jevin replied, "I'm already out of energy." By lunchtime, he crowned himself king of the couch and ruled his kingdom with crumbs and yawns. 5-second challenge. Can you like and subscribe in just 5 seconds? Go! If you did it, write "Don't" in the comments. Jevin in Phase 2 stayed up way too late last night trying to beat his own high score in a game that probably doesn't even have an ending. His eyes were half open, his soul was buffering, and even his reflection looked tired of existing. He shuffled to the kitchen like a slow-motion zombie and tried to toast a slice of bread without plugging in the toaster. When it didn't work, he blamed technical difficulties. His friend sent a funny meme, but Jevin just blinked slowly and whispered, "Mood." Somewhere between his third yawn and fourth sigh, he realized he might be turning into a sleepy legend. And honestly, he was kind of proud of it. Jevin in Phase 3 suddenly discovered karaoke night and decided the world deserved to hear his unique singing voice. He grabbed a hairbrush instead of a microphone and performed like he was on a world tour. His first note made the neighbor's cat leave the room immediately. His friends joined in online, cheering and laughing so hard they forgot the lyrics. Jevin didn't care. He was living his superstar moment, twirling and posing like a pop icon in slow motion. Even his lamp was blinking in rhythm, probably begging for mercy. By the end of the song, he took a dramatic bow and whispered, "Thank you, my loyal audience of 2 confused moths." Jevin in Phase 4 decided it was finally time to hit the skate park, even though he had never actually stood on a skateboard before. He started confidently, with his arms crossed like a pro, right before gravity reminded him who's boss. The board zoomed off without him, rolling away like it had better things to do. Jevin landed on the grass, blinking at the sky, and announced, "Nailed it." His friends laughed so hard they almost dropped their sodas, and one even gave him a style point sticker. Undeterred, Jevin got back up, determined to master one successful roll before sunset. By the end, he managed to move 2 meters and celebrated like he'd just won the X Games. Jevin in Phase 5 decided to throw a movie night, but things didn't go exactly as planned. He dimmed the lights for cinema vibes and accidentally made the room so dark he couldn't find the popcorn. When the movie finally started, he screamed at the jump scare and threw a handful of snacks straight into the air. One kernel got stuck in his hair, becoming a new fashion statement. His friends couldn't stop laughing, while Jevin pretended it was part of the show. Every time the screen flashed, his face looked like he was living inside a horror meme. By the end, he rated the movie 10 out of 10 for emotional damage and good popcorn aim. Well, Burse. Jevin in Phase 6 decided to become a chef at least for the next 30 minutes or until something exploded. He put on an apron that said "Master of Snacks" and began his culinary journey by confusing sugar with salt. His pancake batter looked suspiciously like concrete, but his confidence was unshakable. When the smoke alarm started cheering, very loudly, Jevin proudly called it applause. His friends peeked in through the door, eyes wide, asking if he was summoning a dragon. Jevin just grinned and said, "No, that's my special recipe chaos a la mode." By the end, the kitchen was a mess. But hey, the fire alarm finally got some attention too. Jevin, in Phase 7, joined a dance class, mostly because he thought it would be funny. He started confidently, waving his arms like he was directing traffic. The instructor shouted, "Feel the rhythm!" So Jevin tried and immediately stepped on his own foot. His friends cheered anyway, calling it freestyle innovation. At one point, he spun so hard his hoodie flew off like a superhero cape. Everyone laughed, and Jevin bowed, pretending it was part of the choreography. By the end, he decided dancing was 20% rhythm and 80% surviving embarrassment. Jevin, in Phase 8, went bowling for the first time and immediately believed he was a pro. He picked the heaviest ball he could find because real champions don't go easy. The ball rolled 2 meters, stopped, and refused to move, pure betrayal. His friends laughed so hard, one of them almost dropped their fries. On the second try, he somehow threw the ball backwards, creating instant chaos. Jevin raised his arms proudly, shouting, "It's called reverse bowling." By the end of the night, everyone agreed he didn't win, but definitely stole the show. Jevin, in Phase 9, decided to try yoga after seeing a video titled "Inner Peace in 5 Minutes." 5 minutes later, he had found inner chaos instead. His downward dog looked more like a confused octopus. The yoga mat tried to escape every time he balanced on one leg. His friend filming couldn't stop laughing, and Jevin just yelled, "This is advanced level." He finally lay flat on the floor and announced he'd achieved perfect stillness. Honestly, he wasn't wrong. Jevin, in Phase 10, went camping with his friends, dreaming of peace and roasted marshmallows. Instead, he spent 10 minutes fighting a tent that refused to stand up. Every time he fixed one pole, another fell dramatically like it was protesting. When he finally won, the wind immediately said, "Nice try." His marshmallow caught fire, turning into a tiny torch of chaos. Jevin proudly waved it like the Olympic flame. By morning, everyone was tired, smoky, and laughing, and Jevin called it a successful survival mission. Jevin, in Phase 11, decided to test his luck at a fun fair. He aimed for the giant teddy bear prize, full of determination and pure overconfidence. The first ball flew straight into a popcorn bucket. The second bounced off the target and almost hit the mascot in the head. His friends were crying from laughter, but Jevin whispered, "I'm warming up." On the final try, the ball barely touched the edge, and the booth owner, feeling sorry, handed him a keychain instead. Jevin held it high like a trophy, declaring, "It's not about winning, it's about snack accuracy." Jevin, in Phase 12, joined a band because they needed someone with rhythm, and he owned exactly one triangle. He proudly hit it every 3 seconds, slightly offbeat but full of passion. His friends played guitar and drums while Jevin waited for his dramatic moment to ding. When he finally struck, he missed and hit his own elbow instead. The sound was so weird, everyone stopped playing and laughed for a solid minute. Jevin bowed and said, "That was modern art." Somehow, it became their favorite part of the song. Jevin, in Phase 13, decided to try painting. Even though the last time he drew something, it looked like a potato in a storm. He put on a beret for artistic energy and began mixing colors like a mad scientist. His masterpiece quickly turned into a mystery. No one knew which side was up. His cat walked across the canvas and improved it instantly. Jevin looked at the mess, nodded wisely, and called it Abstract Emotion #47. His friends couldn't stop laughing, but one actually said it had soul. For Jevin, that was a win. Jevin, in Phase 14, went to an amusement park, full of energy and cotton candy dreams. He started with the roller coaster, screaming louder than anyone and somehow louder than the brakes. His hair turned into a tornado halfway through the ride. After that, he tried the spinning cups and immediately regretted every life decision. When he stumbled off, walking like a dizzy robot, his friends filmed it for memories. Jevin raised a thumb and said, "Totally worth it," and then almost fell into a popcorn stand. Jevin, in Phase 15, tried ice skating for the first time and instantly became the king of almost falling. He stepped on the ice like it was made of soap. His arms flapped so fast he looked like he was about to take off. Every spin turned into a rescue mission. When a little kid zoomed past doing tricks, Jevin whispered, "Teach me your ways." He finally made one perfect glide, straight into the snowbank. Everyone clapped, and Jevin shouted proudly, "Nailed it with style." Jevin, in Phase 16, joined a video game tournament, thinking it would be easy. 5 minutes in, he realized his thumbs had betrayed him. He pressed every wrong button possible, accidentally paused the match twice, and somehow took a screenshot mid-fight. His friends laughed so hard they couldn't breathe, while Jevin dramatically yelled, "Lag! It's all lag!" When he finally lost, he saluted the screen like a true fallen hero. The crowd still cheered because no one had ever lost so spectacularly, and Jevin proudly called it a victory in spirit. Jevin, in Phase 17, tried gardening, thinking it would be peaceful and easy. 10 minutes later, he was covered in dirt, tangled in a hose, and arguing with a very stubborn tomato plant. He watered the weeds by accident and named them "My Unexpected Children." A butterfly landed on his head, and he decided that meant he was now nature's chosen one. His friends watched from the porch, eating chips and laughing at his epic farming saga. Somehow, one tiny sprout actually grew. Jevin pointed at it proudly and said, "See, I told you I have plant power." Who is this character? Write your answer in the comments and don't forget to like the video. Thanks for watching.